The sun beat down on Elara's neck as she trudged toward the whispering spring. The clay jug felt heavier with each step, but the cool, clear water was worth the trek. Her village nestled in a valley where the river ran thin in the summer, making the spring their lifeline. She'd been coming here since she was a little girl, the familiar rustle of the wind in the willows, her constant companion. She dipped the jug into the spring, the cool water a welcome shock against her skin. As she waited for it to fill, she lifted her gaze, enjoying the dappled sunlight filtering through the trees. That's when she saw him. He was sitting on a moss-covered rock a short distance away, sketching in a worn, leather-bound book. He was younger than her, maybe a year or two, with hair the color of sun-baked wheat and eyes that, even from that distance, seemed remarkably bright. He was so absorbed in his task he hadn't noticed her. Elara found herself rooted to the spot. She usually saw other villagers collecting water, but this boy was different, an outsider. She hadn't seen him before. Curiosity, like the spring water, bubbled up inside her. He finally looked up, as if sensing her presence. His eyes widened slightly, and he quickly closed his sketchbook. A blush crept up his neck, painting his cheeks a rosy hue. "Hello?" he said, his voice a little breathless. "Hello?" Elara replied, suddenly feeling shy. "Are you new here?" "I'm Liam," he said, holding out a hand hesitantly. "I'm staying with my aunt in the village for the summer." Elara wiped her wet hand on her skirt before shaking his. "I'm Elara. I live here." An awkward silence followed. Elara, normally comfortable and carefree in the fields, suddenly felt self-conscious of her sun-kissed skin and calloused hands. Liam, however, seemed to break the tension. "That's a beautiful jug," he said, gesturing to the clay vessel. "The clay looks quite smooth. I bet it's a pleasure to drink out of it." Elara smiled, surprised by his observation. "It is," she said. "My grandmother made it." They talked for a long time that day. Liam told her about his life in the city, his love for art, and his fascination with the countryside. Elara told him about the village, the crops they grew, the stories her grandmother told, and the legends surrounding the whispering spring. She learned that Liam drew because he wanted to capture the beauty of the world, to preserve it on paper. Day after day, Elara found herself drawn back to the spring. She looked forward to seeing Liam, to sharing stories and laughter. He would sketch her as she sat by the water, capturing the way the sunlight caught in her hair. He taught her about perspective and shading, and she taught him about the names of the wildflowers and the best time to see the deer grazing in the meadow. As the summer progressed, their friendship deepened into something more. Elara found herself falling in love with Liam's kind heart, his gentle spirit, and his artistic soul. Liam, in turn, was captivated by Elara's strength, her connection to the land, and her genuine warmth. One afternoon, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, Liam closed his sketchbook and turned to Elara. "Elara," he said, his voice soft, "I don't want to leave." Elara's heart ached. She knew he was going back to the city at the end of the summer. "I don't want you to," she whispered. Liam reached out and gently took her hand. "I know it's not much, but—" He pulled out a small, intricately carved wooden bird from his pocket. "My grandmother gave me this. It's supposed to bring luck to those who keep it close to their heart." He pressed the bird into her palm. "Keep it, and remember me." The end of summer came, as it always does. Liam left, promising to write. Elara stood by the whispering spring, watching him disappear down the road, the little wooden bird clutched tightly in her hand. He did write, filled with stories of the city, art school, and his longing for the quiet beauty of the countryside. Elara wrote back, sharing the news of the village, the changing seasons, and her dreams for the future. Years passed. Liam became a renowned artist, his paintings capturing the essence of nature. Elara stayed in the village, helping her family with the farm, but they never forgot each other. One spring, a letter arrived, thicker than the others. In it was a single plane ticket and a note. Come to me. I have a house by the sea and an empty easel waiting for your portrait. Elara didn't hesitate. She packed her bags, the little wooden bird tucked safely inside, and boarded the plane. She knew as the plane soared above the clouds that their love story, which had begun by a whispering spring, was just beginning a new chapter. They had found their way back to each other, bound by the memory of a summer love and the promise of a future together, painted in the vibrant colors of their shared dreams.